God decided to destroy all humanity. Not out of impulse, not out of lack of love, but because the world had become deeply corrupt. Wickedness had multiplied across the earth. The thoughts of the human heart were continually evil, had turned away from the Creator. God decided to act. But even in the middle of chaos, there was still grace. There was one man who was different. His name was Noah. The Bible says that he was righteous, blameless among the people of his generation, in that he walked with God. That does not mean Noah was perfect, but each does mean he chose to live by faith in a world that had abandoned the truth. Then God spoke to him. The end of all flesh has come before me, for the earth is filled with violence. Build an ark. An unusual command for an unprecedented moment. A gigantic ark, not only to save Noah, but to preserve life. And it is something profound. Before judgment, God always provides a way of salvation. Noah obeyed. Even without fully understanding, even without ever seeing anything like it before. He trusted. While the world kept going its own way, Noah kept building. Day after day, year after year, preaching with his actions that God was still speaking. But no one listened. Until the day came. The heavens opened, and the rain began to fall. Not for minutes, not for hours, but for days, without stopping. The waters rose. Rivers overflowed, the seas advanced. Everything was covered. The whole earth, everything that had the breath of life, outside the ark, perished. Judgment had come. But inside the ark, there was grace. Noah, his family, and the animals were safe. And it reveals something powerful. The ark was not just wood. It was a symbol of salvation. A refuge in the middle of judgment. For many days, the waters prevailed over the earth. Silence. Waiting. Total dependence on God. Until the Bible says something remarkable. And God remembered Noah. Not because he had forgotten, but because the time had come for him to act again in mercy. The wind blew. The waters began to recede. A little by little, the earth appeared again. The ark came to rest. A new beginning emerged. When Noah came out of the ark, the first thing he did was worship. Before rebuilding his life, he acknowledged God. And then God made a promise. Never again would he destroy the earth with a flood. He placed a sign in the heavens, the rainbow in the clouds, a visible symbol of an everlasting covenant. God is still merciful. In this story, is not only about destruction. It is about justice, but also about grace. It is about judgment, but also about salvation. Above all, it is about a God who offers a way before it is too late. If this message spoke to you, maybe it is because there is still time. Time to begin again, time to return, time to listen. If you want to keep following this journey, in the next videos, we will see what happened after the flood. How humanity began again, and how all of this leads us to the story of Abraham. If this content made you reflect, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel. Because there is still so much more to come.